This is something I'd drawn like 4th grade, man.
What do you mean, man? What do you mean?
I have pictures of my like drawings in my dad's office that look like this guy kind of. What made like 4th grade? So welcome back to our episode. We're on episode 3 of the series. So I was your previous winner, winning the Gnome Challenge with Clandor the Giant Killer, and I decided the prompt of Stereotypical Dads, where we draw what we think in our mind is a dad. When I bring up the word dad, what do you think of? Oh,
all right.
Look, it's the guy who rushed it. He gets to go first.
Baby second drawing.
Oh, you're not going to be proud of baby's second drawing. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, no.
Come on, big.
Dad, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Good for
Victor?
him.
So
I'm going to say this now, Vic. Our dads look kind of similar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm glad I went first. All right, let me get into this. This is Alex. Alex is 27 years old. He lives in North Carolina near Myrtle Beach. He recently graduated from Virginia Tech in 2019.
Major.
He is actually general, unfortunately. No,
General
no,
studies.
General studies.
He,
literally.
he looks like
graduate with
general
general
studies.
studies?
He looks like.
I don't know if you can graduate with a general studies, but okay.
Anyways,
I think you can.
he's a
I think you
barista.
can.
He's a barista. Loves his job. He manages a local
Hold
coffee
on.
shop.
Say that again?
He's
Yeah,
a
say that
barista.
word. Nope.
Barista.
Barista.
There you go.
There you
Hey,
go.
There you
you
go.
know they don't say it differently
He's a-
across the country.
Yeah.
Actually, originate from
Or-
North Carolina, so...
Excuse me. This is my lore. This is my lore. You shush.
Sorry,
You know what? You're right. My bad. I'll shut up. I'll shut up.
So he's a ballista. Loves his. No, he's a barista. Manages a local coffee shop. In Charlotte. It's actually called Grinder. You can
Oh,
see.
boy.
Oh, God.
You can see to the right of him is his fiance, Kashendra. Kashendra is a
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That
Uh-huh.
was his daughter.
Kashindra.
Kashendra is 25 years old. They've been dating for 3 years. Alex actually proposed to her on her birthday last year. And if you haven't seen the shirt already, the obvious shirt, he's a dad to be.
Oh.
And because he's a dad to be, he's taking his last shot at traveling. So this photo was actually taken in Florida, Miami Beach, actually. And to prepare for, fatherhood, he's made some slight changes to his lifestyle. He stopped wearing Vans, started wearing New Balances. Yes, those are New Balances. Don't judge.
I can tell by the end.
Shoes are tough.
is
man.
also-
The white nubs.
He has also started practicing on the grill and started searing steaks. He's not good at it right now, but he's practicing. He's also started spending a lot of time gardening and talking to his middle-aged neighbor, Steve, who is also a dad. Because of this, Steve has decided to take Alex under his wing and actually teach him the way of the dad.
Oh.
Okay.
That's great.
That's great. But as of right now, Alex is loving his life and cannot wait to see what the future holds for him.
So I'm assuming he's a Christian, or is that just for style?
Oh, yeah, he's a Christian, but he doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't like.
Good for
talking.
him. Good for him.
Does his wife shop at Hollister? Is that the
Yes,
Hollister
it
logo?
does. I'm so glad you asked
Oh,
that.
that's great.
I'm so
I like
glad
her
you asked that.
purple rain boots,
I like
Yes,
his
too, wear
beard
rain
too, his
boots.
neck beard,
Yes.
Where's his ears?
Is he a
Don't even
Discord
have a-
moderator?
mustache, or anything.
Does he have ears?
Chandra, my little kitten.
It is a beard. He does have ears. It's just the way the the photo was taken. It doesn't show.
Oh, okay.
He got stung by a few bees on the cheeks, so they kind of swole out.
Yeah,
Conveniently, right before the photo was taken.
Switch it up. Wade leads off.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
go ahead. Give me criticism. I can handle it.
No, I mean I think it's really good. I like the lore behind it. You know, the soon to be dad, but it's also in Florida, so the time is different. You know, really throws you on for a loop there. So I really like it being in a picture frame. I don't know why. I think that's really creative to me.
Thank you.
I didn't think of that. So it's above average. I'm gonna give it a 6 on the drawing, and I'm gonna actually just stick with it. Give it another 6 for the lore.
Oh, thank you. I'll take it.
I think it was a very solid. Like
Uh-oh.
I'm surprised with your time frame. You could have mentioned that it took you hours and hours and hours to do it, and I would have believed either word.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll with a 7 on the art and a 6 on the lore.
Thank you.
That's not bad.
Actually, I'm a lore. 7-7.
Whoa, what the?
Yeah.
What? Where did I go? Where did I go? My complaint is the you very clearly did what Eric and I were, or I guess what Eric was discussing with the rest of the group earlier, where you did the fill lines, and you didn't.
Give him a break. Give him a
Yeah,
break.
I know.
I had
Well,
a
actually, no. He had 2 weeks to do this, and he did it in an hour and a half right before this recording.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But I
can
also
take
do
it.
like the date and the picture frame. I do like the date and the picture frame. I'll give it a 5.5. I'm gonna give it a 5.5 on the drawing, so slightly above average to me. The lore, I'm gonna give. I like the lore pretty good. I'm gonna give that a 6.5. So that averages to a 6.
You know what? From you, I will honestly take.
Victor, I like the picture. I once again, I'm with Cade here, where you could have told me that this would have taken you a day to make, and I would have believed it.
You shouldn't have told us that you haven't done it yet. Just did it.
I like the details, the Hollister shirt, the little mushroom in the back.
Yeah, mushroom.
No, I'm joking. I know it's an umbrella. It's
I love how the sky's made of cheese. Craft.
I'm just gonna start making up crap about your picture.
Pitch up on
Roasting
the
my
cheese.
picture.
No, I like it. I think you did good. I'm gonna rate the picture. I'm gonna rate it a 5. I'm gonna do average, I think. And then the lore I really liked, so I'm gonna give it a 7. So
I will take it.
Last but certainly not least.
Vic, I like him. I like him a lot. I'm gonna give you a 6 on the drawing and a 7 on the lore.
Didn't you say earlier that this looked like your character?
I also did not ever once say that my drawing was good.
Oh.
Yeah, David's downplaying his art the entire time.
In the same hole, I suppose.
Wait, I have high expectations for you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am proud to present
Probably get my
Mr. Frank.
Mr. Frank?
Oh my god.
That's Carl, man. That's Carl. Wade. That's great, man.
Is this copyright?
Wade.
dude,
I'm impressed. That's a very good
Wow.
drawing. Wade.
You
He
went
reminds
above
me
and
of
beyond.
Carl, man. That's great. Why
The
are you
shoes,
downplaying
the
yours?
hands,
I
It
love
took me a
that.
long
shoes.
time.
That is sick.
Thank you.
Go explain.
I've spent the most time on this drawing out of any of my other drawings combined.
Read
So
now.
this is Frank. Frank is he's the world's greatest father.
That's not what his shirt says.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, he wrote that on himself. Just kidding. But so he's currently a HVAC technician, / handyman. He keeps his little phone on him just in case they ever call.
Is that a phone or a pager?
It's his phone. It's his phone. It's a little on his belt clip.
Okay.
So Frank really likes making his own beer, and he does it in his garage. He's got his little thing and makes his own little IPA kind of style, and bottles it himself. It took him a long time to create these 5 bottles, but he really enjoys it. It's just kind of a hobby for him. He doesn't sell it or anything.
Yeah, this is illegal.
He doesn't sell it.
He
It's not
doesn't
illegal.
profit. He doesn't profit.
He doesn't profit on it.
Just donates to local churches.
He is a veteran. He was in the Navy back in his glory days, and he was never enlisted, or he never was deployed or anything, but he does still reminisce and talk about his days with his fellow Navy veterans. And his actual favorite food, which he's not cooking right now, is little hot dogs. And he likes to cut them up and put them in some beans and call them Franken beans.
A man after my own heart.
Dude, I love this drawing. He's wearing the dad
This is a
shoes.
very
and everything.
good drawing.
He's got his dad shoes. He just finished mowing the lawn a little while ago, so there's some grass stains on his shoes.
It's great.
Those shoes
I
are
see him. I see
hell of a
him.
lot better than my shoes.
Very faint. Very faint.
Quite the detail.
Way better than my New Balances.
He's very passionate about his charcoal. He's like 55, 60.
Dang, and he
Around that
hasn't
age.
grade
Wow.
yet. Good for him.
He's
Or is he
looking
dying?
good.
He looks good.
Yeah,
he
he's
looks good.
looking good.
55, 60.
He might
he looks
dye
good.
his. He might dye
He
his come over.
might.
Just for men. Just for men.
Yes, for man.
He's very self-conscious about his hair, but he doesn't want to like wear a toupee or anything.
Well, I'll
That's
tell you
fair.
what. He shouldn't be. He's
Look at
he's
that
looking
smile.
good. He should
Yeah,
be
look
proud.
at that smile.
Look at that.
He's very happy when he's grilling. You know, he just loves
Who's
serving
not?
food for his kid and his wife.
Who's not, right? I mean, who's not happy when they're grilling? That's a great. Just wait. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
It's not clapping.
Any questions? I'm here for questions.
How many kids does he have?
He just has one kid at home right now. He has one kid in college as well.
Okay.
The older son goes to community college, and he's also studying to be like a. It's not really a community college. It's kind of a trade school hybrid situation where he's trying to become a handyman, trying to be like his dad. And then he has one daughter in high school right now who is running cross country.
Okay.
There we freaking go, dude.
So he's cooking one steak for his wife right now and one steak for his daughter.
It really shows the advantages of using a drawing pad over.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I did
yes.
mine with the drawing pad.
It shows the advantages of working on it over time versus working
Taking
on
your
it for an hour and a
time.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the most time and the least time back to back.
Yeah. It shows the advantages of taking your time.
This
Giving
is
them
the
a hot pocket
absolute
stuff.
image of like whatever you think stereotypical dad or just dad in general.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
This nails it. Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, thank you.
So with that, I'm gonna give it a 9 on the drawing.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going high. And a
Remember,
7 on the left.
nine got rehashed. That means it's basically almost perfect.
It's a great drawing. Great drawing. I love it. 9-7.
9-7.
Wow, thank you so much.
I think it's me. I lead off. Wade, this is I am thoroughly impressed. This is I want to say your best. I don't know. It's between that and Sir Hops a lot. I like Sir Hops a lot because he's kind of just goofy looking.
Well, you don't like dogs?
No, this is definitely the best one you've produced. I guess I just have personal bias. I just always really like Sir Hops a lot. I'm gonna go with Cade on the drawing. I'm gonna give it a 9, and I'm gonna give Blur wasn't bad. It was pretty stereotypical of a dad. I'd give it an 8.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, Wade, I think you got this one in the bag, my brother. I know I'm speaking early, but oof. Look at this drawing. Okay, I have one complaint about the drawing.
Yeah, let's
Wow.
hear it.
The Usually, fences have support beams going across.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
that's-
give you a
that's fair.
3 for the drawing. Not joking.
Imagine the
God.
180.
With that, I deduct. No,
Eric just wants to win.
I'm gonna give you an 8.5 on the drawing,
Thank you. I
and
go ahead.
and a 6.5 on the lore.
Okay.
Wayde, you hit the ball out of the park with this one. I'm gonna give you a 9, just because earlier before we start recording, you said you were gonna implement shaders later on. So I'm gonna give this a 9. And the lore, I'm gonna give it an 8.
He did implement it. I see it on the arms.
It's on his arms.
Is it?
It's on him. It's not on the grill or
I'll give
the.
you a 9.5 for drawing and 8 for lore.
I thought it was body.
Give it another
bro.
half. Give it another half. You're gonna make me do whatever.
That's fine. It's fine.
8. I'm gonna give you a solid 9 on the drawing because first of all, shoes hella hard
Yeah,
to draw.
the shoes-
Second of all,
Yep.
hands hella hard to draw, and you knocked both of them out of the park.
Ah, thank you. Thank you.
He's got the man boobs. He's got the pockets on his cargo shorts. Like the detail in this drawing is amazing, Wayde. So I'm gonna give you a 9 on the drawing, and the lore I also really like. So I'm gonna give you an 8.5.
Ah, thank you.
8.5. All right.
I will
Boy.
take it.
Those are high scores.
Go live. All right, so I got my boy
Oh,
Larry
wow.
Richards.
Oh my god.
Good old Larry. He's
Body shape, bro.
Oh, I love that. Oh my god.
He's very good.
Dude, the mower's so good. Jeez Louise.
I probably
Oh
took
my
more
God.
time on the mower than Larry Richards. I don't know. It's definitely up there. So here's Larry Richards. He's 61 years old, or I'm sorry, 63 years old. He was born and raised in Stillwater, Oklahoma, home of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. He's worked out he's worked at an oil field refinery for the previous 33 years as an operator. You know, just outside of Stillwater, they usually have a few refineries. I don't know if that's lore accurate, but I don't really check that stuff. He's worn and ruined over 30 pairs of Birkenstock sandals, which you could see him wearing as he's
Of course.
mowing the lawn. But he doesn't buy another pair until he busts both straps. He has to bust both straps on the
That's-
sandal before he
that's it.
decides to buy another pair. He has 2 sons and a daughter, which he always refers to his sons as sluggers and his daughter as princess.
Okay.
He was a coach for both his sons' t-ball teams, but he was promptly kicked out after he began to yell at a kid because they cost them the game when they had a perfect record. You know, he kept hitting the actual tee instead of hitting the baseball. Struck out, quote unquote. I don't know if they consider that a strikeout, but he decided to yell at the little boy, and that's why he got promptly kicked out. The hat he wears is actually the T-ball team hat. By the way, his sons are now 25 and 21 years old, so he's had that hat for approximately like 20-ish years, and
wow.
that's his lawn mowing hat. You know,
Mhm.
he actually can mow his 1.5 acre lot in approximately 42 minutes. He tries to set new records, but he hasn't beaten 42 minutes yet. You can see the clean cut lawn behind him. He's very thorough. You see the straight lines. He's accurate. He performs. His favorite beer is the classic Texas Dad beer of Shiner Bock. And just like Wade's dad, he's attempted to microbrew. But he can't microbrew because he hates waiting on the fermenting process.
Oh.
And finally-
my own heart.
He calls his glasses his readers. He will place them on the tip of the nose and begin to squint when he's trying to read stuff such as directions or warning labels. And that's my boy, Larry Richards.
Oh boy.
That's great.
Oh Larry, bro.
Larry.png.
Yeah. My submissions are very brief on the naming.
The naming. I love how he's like drifting too. He's like drifting through the lawn at this moment. He's pulling up.
He's got his prompt little double chin there. He doesn't take care of himself too much, but he also what I like he has got some little arm hairs.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
he's a little bit hairy.
He does
I like
have
his
hair.
I like his bent shins, bro.
Oh, God.
I,
Yeah, man.
So I want to ask: is there something lore wise for why his shins are bent like that? Did he like break them or what? Like,
I mean, no, he played football. Let's say he's 63, so he played football in the 70s and 80s growing up. He
Yeah.
played a little college ball, but he dropped out
Oh,
because
okay.
he's
of the family.
he's a classic dad. He doesn't want to graduate and do all that crap, so he decided to go immediately into the oil field. But he just played enough ball that he kind of just messed up his shins. He got enough injuries. I mean, 70s and 80s football, they just hit, man. They just hit.
I love his stare too. It looks like you just stepped on his lawn and he's taking note.
He's like, remember face, memorize.
I love him, dude. That's great. That's great.
This drawing makes me uncomfortable, and I love it so much. Like
What's
him
wrong
just
with Larry?
staring
I
at me.
love Larry.
Like no, I do too. I do too. I feel like this is from my perspective. I'm looking over a fence, and he's like, "What's going on, neighbor?" or something.
Hey there, champ.
And yeah, exactly. His eyes crack me up. Oh my gosh, his eyes are
His
funny.
eyes are great.
I'm gonna give drawing an 8 and lore a 6.
Okay. I guess your bookkeeping, Cade. Don't need to write this.
I am bookkeeping.
All right, man. We got our
All right,
bookkeeping.
I also am going to give an 8. I love the drawing. I love the mower in particular. I don't know. I'm just impressed. That looks that's great. That's great. And I'll give you a 7 on the lore. I did like the details.
Thanks, man.
Like
Appreciate it, man.
good stuff. Good stuff.
I think I also enjoy. I love his body shape, bro. I like the Bob's Burgers hair on his arms.
Would
That's
you believe
what I was
me?
thinking of.
Would you believe me
This is what he looked like, yeah.
if I looked up Bob Belcher and I stole his arm hair?
That's
Actually,
what I was trying to
He
think
kind of looks
of.
like Bob.
I
Yeah.
love it.
That's how they draw
Yeah,
his
he
hair
looks like
in
a
Bob's
character.
Burgers. And I was like, oh, it's cool.
Looks like he broke his shin.
But he's a little too rounded.
I love the picture as well. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8.
These are,
And
these are
I
buff
really like the lore. I really do. So I'm gonna give that I'm gonna give it a 7. 7. Yeah, that sounds good. An 8 and a 7.
Okay.
What you got?
I love the drawing. I'm gonna agree with Eric. It does remind me of Bob's Burgers. I couldn't think of the name, but then Eric mentioned it. I also love the mower, how it looks like. I think you mentioned you spent a lot of time for that. As a reward, you're gonna get. I'm gonna rate an 8 for the drawing, and for the lore, I'm gonna put it as a 6, or not a 6, a 7.
8 and 7s I'm getting
3
right now.
8 7s.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Alright. Jacob.
Campbell, I'm also giving you an 8 on the drawing and a 7 on the lore. Love it.
Thanks, guys.
8
I can't wait to
except
average this out to a
Wayde.
7.5.
7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.
I think it's great. I like the oval face. I like how you went with the classic cartoon. The glasses magnify the white of his eyes.
They stared you down. You see how he doesn't have like perfectly circular eyes and they're kind of like ovals?
Yeah.
That's his predator vision, you know?
Also,
Yeah.
I like the trucker cap.
When he sees kids at this lawn.
What the hell are you doing?
You can notice too. His parking brake is on. Like he's
Oh.
focused in right now.
Yeah,
He has
man.
literally stopped mowing his lawn and he is staring at you right now.
Hey, everybody, meet Mr. Mom, Jericho.
Mr. Mom. Mr.
Oh
Mom.
my god.
Oh no,
Jericho,
Eric!
Great,
Eric! All right,
Eric.
let's hear the lore. Let's hear the lore.
Yeah,
Maybe it's not
listen,
as bad as we think.
context.
Listen, okay, Mr. Mom.
It was
Jericho.
buff.
Why do you always have his abs showing through every drawing?
I love it.
Oh.
I
His
love it.
abs showing through.
I was about to talk about that. I love it.
His body is just that perfect triangle.
Yeah.
You couldn't see his legs in this one, but he had buff thighs in the original pictures. Okay,
Squatting down
so
right now.
okay, Jericho was married at the ripe old age of 20 to his love, Linda. And they were living in Texas, going to the University of Texas. When they got married, and then going through college, they completed college, and they made a big mistake in deciding to move to Montana. That will come in a little later. So they moved to Montana.
I'm excited.
Jericho and his wife Linda are working. They get the news one day that Linda's pregnant, and Jericho's the happiest person can be. Linda not so much, but she's still kind of happy, that she's able to fulfill Jericho's dreams of being a dad. And so they have the daughter, name her Linda Jr. And then all of a sudden, while after a couple months of the birth of Linda Jr. being alive, tragedy strikes in Montana. The highest DUIs per capita.
Oh.
Linda gets killed by a drunk driver.
Oh no.
Jericho is a single
Okay.
dad, and he had to take over the responsibilities of being Mr. Mom. That's why he's wearing this dress. This dress is this picture is
Tea
taking
party.
4 years later, and he's having a tea party with his daughter. As you can see, he's a big buff man, likes working out, likes dude stuff, like hunting, all of that good
It's got
stuff.
the chest hair.
But he is not afraid to put on a dress for his daughter because she wanted a tea party.
That's wholesome. I
Oh.
like that.
The ultimate testament of character,
Mm-hmm.
Jericho's a good dad. He loves his daughter, Linda Jr.
I like his Usopp nose.
It's not quite as long as Usopp's. After 4 years later, they decide Montana's too much. He's got to move back home to get some help from his parents. So he moves back to Texas. So
I love his fence.
that's it's Adobe.
It's Adobe in Montana. That's
oh
what,
my gosh.
It's Adobe.
I thought it was dirt. You should have just told me it was dirt.
I thought it was a dirt
That's a
path as well.
fence. That's a fence.
You thought it was
Okay,
You were judging my
Jericho.
fence earlier.
That's Adobe.
there are no bars on the fence.
Yeah, there's no cross beams.
It's a clay fence.
No, now it's clay.
No, just making a joke of what you said earlier to Wayde.
Eric,
There's no
I know the
cross
fence you're
beams
talking
there.
about, Eric. I know what kind of fence
It's
you're talking
the
about.
The nerd emoji. There's no cross beams on your fence.
But yeah,
that's good.
that's Jericho. That's Jericho.
I love his beard. That's great.
He's got to be absolutely jacked, right? If you could see his abs
Yeah, that's
through
how
its dress,
That's how he bent up the table like that.
He-
Manhandled
and the legs were straight.
He works out twice a day and maintains
Golly.
a strict
I could tell.
diet.
Arms in the morning, legs at night.
Mostly chicken and tuna. And let me tell you, Linda Jr. is probably going to be jacked one day too.
How old is Linda Jr.? I didn't get that.
At this point, she's 4.5. The time this
Okay.
picture was taken.
Aw.
Yeah.
So last question for me. Is he looking to get back out there?
He is, actually, yes.
Okay.
He He,
Till death
for
do us
a
part.
while, was sustained with Linda Jr. being the only woman in his life, because he just has such a deep love for his daughter. But now he's moved back to Texas and he's ready to mingle.
-5 points because of the fence. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. No, it's really funny. And it's funny. The lipstick shade is impressive. There's only one cup of tea, though.
Yeah,
kind of
that they were strapped for money for a little bit. So he bought a tea set with the cup and the tea kettle, and that's it.
Adobe's very expensive.
Yeah, the reason it's Adobe is because he built it himself out of clay.
Keep saying Adobe, but I keep thinking that you drew it in Photoshop.
I know.
Photoshop. Like, oh yeah.
He couldn't afford picket fences, so he built it out of clay from the area around his house.
I do like the drawing. Hear me out. I'm gonna give it a 5 on the drawing. I think it's average. I think it's good. But I like how you explain the lore, so I'm gonna give the lore a 7.5.
Ooh, I'll take it.
Eric, I love it. I'm a big fan. I'm gonna give him a 6 on the drawing. I think it's slightly above average. I think the muscles is it's pushing me up more than because I just like it's funny. But I'm gonna give you an 8 on the lore. I love the lore. Great stuff. He's a struggling father. I love to see it. Love to see him go above and beyond for the daughter. That's great. Love.
He's a great guy.
Anyway, Campbell.
Yeah, I'll lead off this next one. So yeah, I'm gonna give. I like the drawing. I think it's about average for you. I'm gonna give it a 5.5. Your lore, I really enjoyed. You're more of a lore heavy guy. I always like the lore on your side more. I feel like I'm gonna give your lore an 8.5.
I'm gonna give him a 7 on the drawing and a 7 for the lore. This is pretty solid.
Okay. Eric, I love this character. I love the nickname Mr. Mom as well. Even though it's a clay fence back there, I'm gonna have to rate the drawing a little lower. I'm gonna rate it a 6, but I'm gonna give the lore a 9. I'm gonna give you a 6.9.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Oh.
good. Dang.
I love it.
So Jacob is he's been underselling his character for quite some time now, like a few days.
It's not good. I just got my drawing pad in. I'm learning how to draw on the computer. I have trouble with feet, and I spent about an hour and 30 minutes on this one.
Dude, I don't have trouble with feet.
It's
Okay.
All right, this is
true.
this is him.
Look at it.
Oh,
Wow.
No.
Okay.
He's
It
like,
reminds me of those old comic strips. The one of the dog and the dude with the tie that flips upside down.
Dilbert.
Yeah, man. It kind of reminds me of it.
I see potential.
bro.
Dude, he's a
This
pale
is something I
man.
draw in like 4th grade, man.
what do you mean, man? What do you mean?
I have pictures of my like drawings in my dad's office that look like this guy kind of. What made like 4th grade?
I like how the fire is rounded.
Yeah, I had trouble with my drawing pad. I had to
like-
get used to using it.
I like modern art paintings, or are those bookshelves?
Those are bookshelves with very thick and tall books.
I see.
I did not want to put the time in for the books, so I just didn't.
I see. I love
His name is Frank Callahan. He is 42 years old. He is a history professor at the University of Stanford. He has 5 kids. He has written a total of 2 books in his life, right? 1 nonfiction and 1 fiction. He really likes trains. In fact, he has a model train in his basement.
Oh.
He watches the NBA, but the only thing he says when he watches it is, "I miss the old NBA, back when you could actually play." Not this new stuff.
A true fan.
Not the soft stuff.
He does have a 401k, and he's gonna get retirement from teaching. He did buy crypto at the start of 2017, but he sold it, and he has not got back into the game. 3 of his kids are out of the house. One of them currently teaches public school in Connecticut. One of them is going to the University of UCLA, studying engineering. One of them goes with him to the University of Connecticut, University of Stanford. I'm sorry, and they are actually studying ecological preservation. His other 2 kids, one of them's in high school, plays football, wide receiver, not very good. The other one plays soccer.
Okay.
Also, all right. They're all right.
All right.
What position?
Okay.
What position?
Forward. He does have a wife. She's not pictured here, but she made him this cup of coffee.
Oh.
He's an
she's
avid
a-
reader, if you can tell.
Is she
By the
one that took
books?
Picture.
Yeah, he's posing. They're going to put this on his about page on University of Stanford, Connecticut
Okay.
staff page. And he is reading Moby Dick.
I
So,
noticed that
he's
when
got
you
the
zoomed
New
in, it
Balances
said
on.
Moby.
Yeah, his fingers are covering the dick part.
Oh, okay.
He's got New Balances on.
I noticed the shoes.
I can tell by
Uh,
we had an N written on one, and then we had an NB written on the other one.
His nonfiction book was titled Germanic Movements in the 700s. And his fiction book is about Ragnarok.
Oh.
That's great. So he's a writer / teacher.
Yeah, so actually whenever you're a university professor, you have to publish articles and or books.
Oh,
Is
great.
Ragnarok?
You have to meet
considered-
quotas.
I mean, I know the
Great.
event
That's
itself
great
is
work.
considered fiction, but like historically, isn't it considered nonfiction? I don't know.
What,
Yeah.
Ragnarok?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the event itself is fiction, but like
No. It's a mythological like fiction book.
okay,
Like,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
like,
okay.
Mythology.
not the history of like where
no,
it came
not
from.
the history of like it's like straight up like he writes a story involving Loki and Thor and Odin. And
Okay.
That's great.
Any questions, boys?
Where is his eyes?
They're behind the
fair
glasses.
They're thick
Yeah.
lenses.
Oh. Is it like one of those anime glasses, like serial killer moments?
No, his glasses are -12 prescription on both.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, boy,
He's
good God.
legally blind.
Oh.
Those are bulletproof.
He's like
Yeah.
the Stevie Wonder of books.
Jeez.
So I'm assuming
That is why he
doesn't-
likes reading.
So I'm assuming he doesn't get much sun. Does he have a condition?
I was gonna ask, does he have a skincare routine to keep his skin?
When he
so
was young,
white?
he got jaundice, and that's affected him throughout the rest of his life.
John, that's crazy.
So, also another question: why would you set up a chair with the back facing the fireplace?
Because if
They
he's
posted a
facing the
picture.
front, he gets too hot.
That too.
Okay.
It's like on a lazy Susan. You can just rotate it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Oh,
Just
okay,
rotate
that's
around. I
better.
like that.
That's better.
Yeah.
It's this picture's kind of like it was kind of a surprise picture. His wife said, "Hey Frank," and he rotated in the chair holding the coffee and the book, and she took a picture.
I like it. He's also kind of giving a peace sign. Look at that.
That's actually how I hold a book when I'm reading it with one hand. I used it as a
Huh.
reference.
Can you
Yeah,
zoom in on that?
Two
hand?
fingers-
I want to see more of that. I want to see more of that hand. That's
Wow.
pretty good. That's
Wow.
pretty solid
You got the wedding ring.
for the holding.
yeah, he does have a wedding ring on.
That's
Oh.
great.
And yeah, 2 fingers on the spine, 2 fingers on the left page, and my thumb on the right page. That is how I hold a book if I'm holding it with one hand. I use straight reference from myself for that.
Yeah. Besides the book he's reading right now, Moby Dick. What's his next favorite book?
His next favorite book is actually The Count of Monte Cristo. He's a very he teaches European history, so he's very into
yeah, there you
European.
go. Okay.
That's good. That's
Oh.
good. That's good.
Man, this is. I feel like the drawing has a lot of lore behind it. Like the drawing is more focused on like the stuff around him and not specifically the dad, which is fine. But it's like very heavy on the books and the fireplace, and I like it. I don't know. I'm trying to think what I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. I think I'm gonna go with a 7 on the drawing and a 7 on the lore.
All right.
So I don't know what kind of crack pipe Wayde is smoking. I love the lore. The drawing, Jacob. Oh man,
It's rough. I've said it all day. It's a rough
You're right.
drawing.
Yeah, Jacob has told us time and
I'm
time
gonna
again.
give the
don't worry.
drawing 4. I'm gonna give the lore an 8.
Oh,
Actually, I'll give the lore a 9. I like it. I
Listen,
like how
here's-
the details. I like it. Like how he's a writer and an author. I like how the cup of coffee.
He's softening the blow for you. He's softening the blow.
Here's what I did, boys. I waited until this week to draw. Started drawing Tuesday night. Finished half of it, and then got my drawing pad and thought, I'll just go do it on the computer. And did it in about an hour.
Yeah.
So, not a great drawing.
Yeah.
Tough week for me, not gonna lie.
Yeah. That's
But
this is gonna be a tough
compensate
episode
with
for
the
you.
9 on the lore.
Yeah, he's softening the blow. I'll give the drawing. Man, I'd give it like a 4.5. And then I'm gonna give your lore. I liked your lore. I'd give it like a 7.5.
Jacob, I'm gonna apologize for the score. I'm gonna give you. I've seen better out of you. Last week was I died.
Yeah,
bro.
freaking
That
Tim the
freaking
gnome, dude.
bro. Oh my gosh, I've seen better. So I'm gonna hold you to that standard. I'm gonna give you a 3 on the drawing.
oh my
A
god.
lot of constructive criticism going on this morning.
However, you really picked it up with the lore, with the specifics. I'm gonna give you a 7 on the lore.
If I had Tim's drawing and Frank's lore, I would have won last week.
You would have.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm gonna have to side with Eric. I'm gonna give it a 3.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I think we have a new candidate for worst drawing so far.
I was
Wayde did 7-7, dude.
I knew I wanted to soften the blow for going forward. I knew there were gonna be some tough critics.
I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of
Lorvik.
I was kind of hoping that you would resubmit Tim.
Yeah, I thought
I
that.
would give it a 10. Hands down.
I would have given it a 10. But I'm gonna give your drawing a 3. You can do better. I'm gonna give your lore an 8.
Okay.
All right. Here's mine. So these are my dads.
Oh, dads!
Oh no.
Their names are William and Aaron. they've been a gay couple for 4 years now, and they have a daughter.
Respectable.
So-
Adopted, I assume.
Actually, no. William had a child
Oh.
before. Him and
Oh,
Aaron
okay.
met up. And William's the one in the chair, by the way. He's the one with the hat. So the hat is a detail that I want to add to kind of bring in. He's the stereotypical dad that's like the goofier father. You know, the one who likes to have a good time. And then Aaron's the more serious one over here. But yeah, what they're doing right now is they're watching a sunset, obviously. But the thing behind them is William has expressed to Aaron that he's wanted to see the world's most beautiful sunset. That's like a life goal. That's his bucket list numero uno, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they made plans to travel the world to find the most beautiful sunset. But to their surprise, at a friend's wedding that they had to go to, before they planned to travel to Hawaii, they found it. They found the most beautiful sunset in the place they expected the least. At their friend's wedding.
At Bastrop, Texas.
I.
Back to the regular knockout. Look at this eye, bro. Look at it. Which one is I'm assuming Aaron's the one up top and William's the one.
Yeah, no, you said that.
So-
Williams on the bottom, Aaron's the one.
He has no depth on his face, and so like his eyes just wide open.
Looks like
He's got
Look
six
at
Sonic
Erick.
the Hedgehog guys.
Guy, look at the camera.
Goggles.
His
Look at his butt.
His
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his butt.
Taken, man. He's taken.
You do be
So-
caking.
So when did they meet?
Oh, they met about 2 years ago at a bar.
I feel like I got rotoscoped.
What do you mean? What do you mean, bro?
For those out there who are wondering, this is a clear picture of me and a buddy at a wedding.
No.
Drawn over.
What do you mean? Nothing like that.
Where I'm the
You're
guy
at a
sitting in the
wedding, it's a
chair.
gay couple. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
we're like
William, Aaron. Your name is Campbell. I don't get it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So these are my dads. They're dads. Oral.
They look proud. Where is
They
their
look
where's
happy.
their child right now?
She's kind of with the aunts and aunties, in the audience, kind of
For the
thing.
wedding.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They're just that Aaron and William just enjoying the sunset that they didn't know. They didn't know the most beautiful
They didn't think
sunset
good experience.
was gonna be here, and they found it.
So the original photo that this
Beautiful.
drawing is referencing is beautiful. This drawing encapsulates the happiness between the two dads. I just know they're holding hands right now, and there should be a tear dropping down from his eyes. It's beautiful. They're
William's
they're
definitely
enjoy-
crying. William's
definitely.
crying.
they're enjoying the moment. They're loving life.
Sure.
Drawing is going to get a 6, and lore is getting a 9.
I mean, I was forgetting. I was expecting you to go. So this is kind of a weird, surreal experience because I'm one of the dudes pictured
No, you're
here.
not. No, you're not. It's William.
That's William. That's William. That's right.
That's William. That's William.
That's William. Yeah, that's William. I do like the drawing a lot. I think that's a great drawing. I'm gonna give the drawing an 8. The lore left a little to the little to be imagined or thought of. I guess it's a little not lackluster. Little lackluster. No. It's a little more on the lacking side to me, but it's still good lore. I'd give it a 7. I give it an 8 and a 7.
Okay, so just because it's this and it killed me, bro, it was hilarious. I'm gonna go ahead and give the drawing an 8.5. I'm gonna give. I agree. The lore was a tad lacking, just because there's not a bunch there. So I'm gonna give the lore 5.
I honestly, looking at the reference picture and the picture you drew, I'm gonna give it like a 7. I think it's a great drawing. You really encapsulated the emotion within the picture. I'm gonna give your lore a 7, Cade, because I thought it was very good lore. You hit the main points. You didn't provide the filler, which they like, but I'm impartial to. I think I'm gonna give it a 7. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Jacob.
I wasn't expecting this reference. I like that creative side. The drawing itself, I'm gonna give it. I think it's average. I'm gonna give it a 5 for the lore, because of the creativity. I'm gonna give it a 6.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
What did you? Oh, you put in your name. Oh, okay. So we just went over the score. I mean, it's pretty obvious if you watch the video that Wayde's our winner. Finishing it off at an 8.3, which is pretty good for a rehash number because like previously we'd all get like 8's average. So that means it's pretty damn good, which Frank obviously was. And then at the bottom of the tier list, we got Jacob at a 6, which honestly I thought it was going to be like a 4 or like a 5 average. Which
Lore saved
The lore
you.
saved him.
the lore saved you.
Lore.
And the rest of us are pretty close in the pack. I got a 7.4, and then Erick got a 6.95. Cade got a 6.89, and then old Vic got a 6.4. which Vix is kind of deserved for drawing so quick. Maybe he'll learn his lesson for the next bi-weekly episode. And so Wayde is our episode 3 winner. He will determine the prompt, which he's declared not to tell us now because he has ideas brewing. But we will be back in 2 weeks.
Bye, everybody.